Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, I really want to take a quick look at the price of Bitcoin because right now it's pulling back and it's trading at $103,303 at the time of recording. So I want to make sure some of you are not panicking because the market is pulling back. And it's what I've been saying, that the scenario of Bitcoin going and testing some lows first, maybe down to 98K before we bounce and head up, right? So this is the scenario playing out. It's the alternative I was giving you guys on the live streams and much more. So bull market still intact. We're not out of a bull market, so I want to make sure folks understand what's happening here. I believe this is the dump before we set up for the massive breakout pump. It's just a matter of market cycles playing out, so don't panic is essentially the takeaway here. But folks, we got big crypto news. First up, Blackrock says they want to become the world's largest crypto asset manager by 2030. This is incredible. This is their ambition. And years ago, you had Larry Fink calling Bitcoin an index of or avenue of money laundering. Jamie Dimon saying this is all a scam. Now we want to be the largest crypto firm out there, right? It's incredible how things have changed. It's a complete 180. But this was always the plan. They were saying these things back in the day because they couldn't take a position yet. And then they started taking their positions and they launched their products. And now it's the best thing ever. So I hope you guys see how the game is played by TradFi and these institutional investors. And the other takeaway here from them saying this, it's something along the lines of what I've been talking about for years, that if these crypto startups, the native crypto companies, they don't get their act together, TradFi is going to come in and take over. And it's clear what BlackRock's ambitions are. And of course, it's not only them, it's the rest of Wall Street, your Fidelity, your Franklin Templetons, and of course, the big banks are going to get in. Yesterday, we talked about Bank of America's CEO confirming they're working on their own stablecoin. It's only a matter of time before they start offering crypto investment and custody as well, right? Over the years, I've often given the mock scenario of, hey, Mr. Jones, how are you doing today? This is Bob from JP Morgan. Guess what? We offer Bitcoin, crypto, and all that. You can invest and you don't have to worry about anything. It's going to be on your statements. We'll take care of everything. We'll custody it for you. That's coming. Don't be surprised if your bank that you use, they call you up and, they start talking about crypto and much more. It's coming, folks. The writing's on the wall here. So big statement by BlackRock, and it shows they are anticipating growth. They are looking to expand their footprint and their services because this asset class is here to stay. And as we've talked about, blockchain rails are going to power the economy, the governments, and markets. Now, moving ahead, we have some very big news for the XRP Ledger and as well as Circle's USDC. So Circle has expanded their USDC stablecoin onto the XRP Ledger. So this is really great. I know a lot of people have been asking about this for a long time, but it goes back to a lot of things were held back because of the Ripple lawsuits, right? Many of these companies did not want to go participate on a chain that was under major litigation. But as I've been saying, despite Judge Torres not wrapping up the paperwork and all that, the industry, enterprises and companies recognize this thing is over. The SEC is not going after Ripple and people can freely build on the XRP Ledger. So Circle tweeted out, they said, with the launch of native USDC on XRPL, developers, institutions, and users gain the support of the world's largest regulated stablecoin. So they highlighted that with the addition of the XRP Ledger, USDC is now supported natively on 22 blockchains. So this is really great. The folks at Ripple X tweeted out, the future is interoperable. USDC on the XRP Ledger. Ripple and Circle are bringing the fully reserved one-to-one backed stablecoin to the XRP Ledger, accelerating DeFi and institutional adoption. This is really great to see, folks. This is the future, interoperability. There won't be one chain to rule them all. There's going to be multiple blockchains. Not everything's going to be a winner, obviously, but you're going to have your maybe 10 to 15 blockchains that are used globally by different industries, different governments, different sectors of the economy, and so forth. And there's going to need to be interoperability where tokenized assets, stable coins, and much more can move between these different chains. That is the future. So watch out for any type of maximalism, people telling you it's only this chain and all that, right? That's nonsense. We see that sometimes with Bitcoin maxis. Sometimes I see it in the XRP community. People are like, oh yeah, everything will be on the XRP ledger. No, everything will not be on the XRP ledger. There's going to be things on different blockchains, right? Because there's no one blockchain to rule them all here. So really great news and very bullish. Now, some more bullish news. Eleanor Terrett is reporting that the Senate will vote on the final passage of the Genius Act on Tuesday. So next week, the timing of that is TBD. But folks, a major hurdle was cleared this week because you have these different levels that you got to get the bill passed and approved through and have it make progress through the whole legislative process. So this could be really big, could be a key moment for the markets to recover, right? We'll see. It all depends how the charts and everything looks like. But if Bitcoin is pulling back and the altcoins are pulling back a bit, it bottoms out, maybe come Monday, and then Tuesday we get the news and then we bounce. We'll see. That's not a guarantee, but we've seen things like this before. But this would be really great, guys. They get stablecoin legislation through. It's going to be massive. Now, the SEC made an update to its qualified custodial rule, and Eleanor Terrett reported here. She said the SEC just officially scrapped the expanded custody rule proposal and Rule 3B-16, plus other Gensler error rules. The custody rule aimed to cover all client assets, include crypto, broadened what counts as custody, and raised concerns about whether certain state charter entities would be qualified custodians. Rule 3B-16 proposed DeFi exchanges/platforms could be regulated as national security exchanges. The SEC also dropped its proposal to make public companies comply with enhanced ESG reporting requirements. So this is really great. The SEC continues to clean up a lot of the garbage from Gensler's error, which is awesome. We're getting the clarity we need. And this is happening before Congress even passes market structure regulation. So Hester Peirce, Mark Ueda, and of course, Chair Paul Atkins doing an amazing job here. And all of these things are going to lead to more adoption because it provides clarity, removes risk, and allows more capital to come into the asset class. Folks, quick word from our sponsor, and that is Trezor. Trezor is the maker of beautiful hardware wallets that make it easy for you to safely store your crypto assets. Trezor, they started doing this in 2013. They were the first to create hardware wallets. Their hardware wallets are open source, and they support a variety of coins. I'm talking all of your big tokens, your XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, SWI, whatever it may be. They support it, and they have a great software called Trezor Suite that helps you to manage all of this. They also have a hand-holding service to help you onboard and set up your device. I'm a user of the Trezor devices. I use specifically the Trezor Safe 5. And if you use the code ThinkingCrypto, all one word, ThinkingCrypto, you can get 5% off your purchase. So check out Trezor. They make some really great hardware wallets. Links will be in the description. Now, folks, today was Coinbase State of Crypto Summit, and I was there. I interviewed Brian Armstrong, Coinbase CEO, and many of the Coinbase representatives, even Anthony Scaramucci of Skybridge Capital, and much more. So those interviews are going to be published next week. But folks, Coinbase announced some very big updates today, huge adoption items. First, they introduced Pay with Crypto, where it integrates with Shopify stores and allows people to be able to accept and pay with USDC. So there are many companies that have their e-commerce platforms built on Shopify, and now they will be able to use and accept stablecoins, specifically USDC. So really massive news. And on that note, Coinbase also launched Coinbase Business. So similar to what they're doing with Shopify, they're creating solutions to allow businesses and merchants around the globe to be able to use stablecoins and do payments and have custody and trading and much more. So this is a key infrastructure item here to allow the use of crypto, because if you don't have the merchants using this, you don't provide them an easy way to use it, then they're not going to set it up, right? You got to make it as easy as possible, kind of out of the box, where they can integrate it into their systems and do the accounting and tracking and much more. But this is massive. So really big news for Coinbase. And they are also launching a credit card. So it's called Coinbase One Card, and it's actually powered by American Express, and it includes cashback paid in Bitcoin. So really cool. I love this. And again, the on and off ramps, the infrastructure being set up for adoption globally. So really, really like this. And Brian and I spoke about it at the event. So once again, those interviews are going to be published next week. Folks, that's the news. Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button. A great way you can support me in the podcast, folks, is by subscribing to my free email newsletter. It's 100% free. Link will be in the description. Check out my book on Amazon. It's available in paperback and digital. And check out my course at mycryptocourse.com. This is a comprehensive course that teaches you every aspect of crypto. So, folks, all the links will be in the description. Thank you so much for watching and listening. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.